A quick check. Nothing untoward, goes back in. And they as quickly flick the red light back on. So they're set. And they're off and they're racing as well. Hey, Pino missed it, found itself back there last. Kelvinator, well, he was back there out of the gates a few moments ago and he jumped brilliantly straight to the front. From on the outside, God's Gate, so Natea running third. King Hit landed fourth on the rail just in front of Success Play. A length and a half to Hubble's Dragon. So the favourite back about midfield as they get going at the 1,000. And outside of it there is Berberay. Off those a length away, Noble Connection. Amjad taken hold of, dropping back into the field from Hey Pino, Blazing Emerald. And the last pair, Macchiato, who's second from last in front of Simply Thinking. They string out. Kelvinator had them running. 700 from home. Kelvinator a half length. God's Gate up there tugging a little here. Racing keenly at the girth of the leader. Back on the rails to King Hit. Down on the inside and being shadowed by Sonatea. A length and a half away. Success Play. Noble Connection back in behind those. Down on the fence. Outside of them is Berberay. Now back there in the centre looking for a bit of room at this stage is Hubble's Dragon. And now on the outside Amjad called upon. At the 250, Sonatea let go, sprints to the lead. Sonatea a length and a half. Here comes King Hit. King Hit on the outside, down the outskirts. Amjad coming in front of Hubble's Dragon. King Hit though in front from on the outside. Amjad and King Hit wins it. King Hit with the blinkers on has scored from Amjad. Charging to the line, Simply Thinking, Blazing Emerald. Not much in it for third spot. Behind those, Macchiato, Hubble's Dragon, and then Success Play, Sonatea. She ran out of puff over the concluding part. Then came God's Gate. Back behind them, Noble Connection, Hey Pino. Followed further back by Berberay, and dropping out after leading is Kelvinator. Number 11, King Hit, delivers a KO. Here in race number 9. Stevie Parnham for Trevor Andrews, the Magna Gracia 4-year-old. Fitted up with the shades on, the blinkers going on here for the first time. And King Hit got the brakes go his way this afternoon. Loves this trip. 9 goes, 4 wins, beats Amjad. Simply Thinking, number 2, getting third in front of Blazing Emerald. Hubble's Dragon behind those in 123.66. Winning margin, long neck. King Hit back to the top of his form here this afternoon, and tactically a great implementation on the face of it with these blinkers by Trevor Andrews. Owned by Trevor's wife Joanne. The Awesome Times Group managed by Julian Stall, El McRae, P. Bennett, M. Dixon, Mrs. A.J. Dixon, Gary Dickey. The Batavia Coasters managed by Netta Sharp and Miss L. Ellis, C. Valenti, R. Smith, K. Hamlin, and also J. Zaradnik, Nigel Ride, and Dennis Gundry, former top jockey here in WA, part of the ownership. Home in 35.81 here at the back end of the 1400 metres. Nice result. Good to see him back. Always had ability, this 4-year-old. And the blinkers have got him switched right on this afternoon. Good effort, Amjad, first up as well by Flying Artie, Summer Dixon, Holly Nottle, getting to the line impressively. And in third placing, equally so from the back, Simply Thinking. And love the run of it as well from a wide gate there by So You Think. The last event, Key Clean Handicap, 1200 metres, final race at 5:25. Tessa Daly's in the yard, and with winning trainer Trevor Andrews, who decided today is the day for the shades.
Exactly right, and it was the winning move here. Darren catching up now with Trevor Andrews. Trevor, congratulations. Shades on today seem to be the trick.
Yeah, absolutely. Steve rode him last start at Pinjarra and said, look, he's just on and off the bridle, just needs switching on. He's sort of losing focus, so we put the blinkers back on him. Yeah, well prescribed by Steve, so kudos to him.
What were your thoughts, I guess, coming into today? He was a big price.
He drew one, he had 54, and I tried to get Holly Nottle to ride him. I thought with 52 on his back, there's probably some hope. Holly was engaged for another ride, and Steve rang me. I said, I'm happy to go with you. We just had the intention to be positive on him, so no, really good ride from Steve. He's done a bit of work for me over the time. We haven't greeted the judge until today, so it's pretty welcoming.
It's a great result, and great result for the connections as well. There's a few happy ones on course here.
Plenty of happy winners.
Well done here.
Thank you.
Trevor Andrews there after the win of King Hit. Shades on today. Scotty seemed to be the winning move.
Certainly did, Tessa. Yes, those shades going on made a massive difference here today, and a beautiful ride too from Stevie Parnham. Barriers do win races, but he got off the fence at the perfect time, was able to get out and around the heels of the mare that was the first to pull the trigger from sort of that one out, one back type area there in Luke Fernie's galloper, So Natea, and from there was able to hold off the late charge of Amjar. Just goes to show how well that Summer Dixon yard continues to go. 77 odd days between runs, wide with weight, and just worked over the line, worked through the line really strongly late. But I'm thinking here today that the shades are the key to this horse, and Stevie Parnham's absolutely nailed it in his post-race summary last start, that he just needed something to sharpen him up, to wake him up, to keep his mind on the job, and those happy owners there are the beneficiaries of it here today. He pays $16.70 and $3.50, beats Amjad at $3.90. Simply Thinking runs third at $5.40, and back there in fourth is Blazing Emerald. So those novelties are going to be huge. In fact, the first four is in excess of $70,000. Stevie Parnham joins us now. Stevie, it sounds as though, and clearly the proof's in the pudding, the blinkers was the right move.
It certainly was, yeah. He obviously had him off earlier in his career because he was a racy horse and trying to learn and teach him to settle and all that. But as he's gone on, he's been more professional, and I just felt the other day he did race a bit closer than his usual pattern, but he didn't really take me into the race and whacked away and didn't lose too much ground. So I just felt like he needed some focus, and it seemed to do the job well.
Today it was always going to be a case of you'll get a lovely run until the top of the home straight, but then how do you get out?
Yeah, I had to wait and bide my time a little bit. Chris made a move on the leaders which were struggling, and it just helped me to slide off their heels then, and it was easy from there.
Can he go on with it now, King Hit, now that the shades have been applied?
Yeah, definitely. It was a win of a horse that's starting to put everything back together and learn what he's doing. So yeah, definitely a worthy win today, and hopefully there's more in store.
Might still be a maiden, but how good is Naughty Lord going?
He's going terrific. A few things haven't quite gone his way, whether he's drawn bad or speed of the race or position in running. So he's knocking on the door. If things do line up for him, he'll win one.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
There's Stevie Parnham. He combines with Trevor Andrews and King Hit to take out the Drummond Golf handicap over the 1,400 metres here. 11, 1, 2 and 6 the numbers. The first four was a big blowout as well. $71,000 with Tab Touch. Huge result. Short break now until the last up in Geraldton.